This is the beginning of Advent, the 4-week season of preparation for Christmas. And because of that, we're going to be doing little farm chats just a bit differently than I have in the past. I am thrilled to once again be collaborating with Patrick Martin, the former music director at Raymond Village Community Church. The way these little farm chats are going to work is that Patrick is going to offer some Christmas music, just one Christmas song, and then I'll be following that with a true Christmas memory that I have that I'll be sharing with you. So that's the format, and let's begin this first one with Patrick's song. I call this Christmas memory the year of the gingerbread house. It was a 2-evening class, and I sat at a long table with 5 other women. We listened intently and watched our instructor demonstrate the ins and outs of constructing the walls of a gingerbread house and the tricks of attaching the roof properly. Our assignment was to bring back a completed house, which we would decorate in the final class. What's more, we were invited to bring our children to help. I arrived the following week with my 3 kids, ages 8, 6, and 3. We trooped in with a gingerbread house that had lopsided walls, but whose gaps were filled in with frosting, a roof that almost fit, and 3 shopping bags overflowing with candy. My classmates arrived soon after with their houses. I was painfully aware that every wall and doorway was plum. There was nary a drop of extraneous frosting, only the best of confections for decorating, and not a child in sight. Clearly their creations were meant to be the centerpiece of their Christmas festivities. The children and I sat up at a table apart from the others. It was only moments before bags of candy canes, cinnamon drops, and licorice sticks were ripped open, and 4 pairs of hands with 4 distinct decorating plans were hard at work. Frosting was everywhere, and candy was consumed at a lightning pace. I should not have been surprised then when I glanced at my middle child, now white as a sheet. He announced that his stomach did not feel very well. He and I made a beeline for the bathroom and got as far as the tall wastebasket in the school hallway. My son stood on his tiptoes and unceremoniously retched into it. I had no choice but to make the 5-minute trip home to clean him up and put him to bed. And so I left instructions with my daughter, our oldest child, to keep an eye on her 3-year-old brother and finish up the house. When I returned, I found two delighted and proud children, hands covered with frosting, lips red with peppermint, faces dusted with powdered sugar, and a gingerbread house completely covered with candy. Gumdrops in all colors for shingles, alternating black and red licorice strips for clapboards, a chimney of hard candies stacked precariously one on top of the other. It was not the most beautiful house in the class, and it certainly was not perfect. However, it reflected joy and family and warmth and working together. It will always remind me that at its root, Christmas is not about perfection and a Martha Stewart table. It is about who you celebrate with and just how much you love them. We made gingerbread houses together for the next few years until the children seemed to grow too old and too busy for that sort of holiday tradition. One year we constructed a church. Another year it was a country mansion with a skating pond in front. Once we even attempted a stable like the one where Jesus was born. Decades later, however, at the prompting of our older son's wife, my three now young adults, with significant others in tow, became children once again. They created gingerbread walls and roof to resemble the old Highland Inn that once graced Cache Lake, where our summer cottage is situated. The construction was not perfect, to be sure, but it was pretty darn good. They showed some restraint when it came to decorating, though there was still lots of powdered sugar to be cleaned up afterwards. Whenever I think of gingerbread houses, and especially that initial one we made together, I am reminded of the very first Christmas in Bethlehem long ago. Certainly the stable offered pretty shoddy accommodations, and the shepherds would not have been high on anybody's guest list. It was hardly the perfect beginning for anyone, let alone someone like Jesus. But then again, Christmas is not about perfection. It's about warmth and family, and really about the love we are capable of sharing in spite of all our human imperfections.